So I would like to introduce Malini Saba. She is a self-made businesswoman, philanthropist. She has her presence in 20 different countries. That's what she told me. And the line I read today morning when I was going through her LinkedIn profile, and I just love that line. And that line is, an individual right is a human right. And I think it's not a line only, I think it's a mindset, and that's a beautiful mindset, Saba. So can you tell more about yourself?
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. I started my business when I was 21 years old. I didn't want to work for anybody, because I didn't want anyone telling me what to do. So you can tell that I'm very stubborn. And the only way for me to make change in the world was to have my own business. And I started off as a venture capitalist in a man's world because no one wanted to hire me in their firm. So I actually took my own money and started my own company and said, I will go and invest in all the men's companies, and rode the wave of the tech boom in the early 90s, and with God's grace, did well. And thereafter, ventured into commodities. And again, a completely male world. And even today, it's a very male world. There's not a day that I see a woman. I only deal with men on every level. But the commodity space that we're in goes from agriculture into mining. And we're in 20 different countries. I really focus on hiring mainly women in my company because I want to create the culture of women in this space. I feel women a lot more understanding and a lot more multitasking, a lot more emotional, and look at the problem in a very different way and try and find solutions in the easiest, simplest way, rather than complicate a situation or go and be antagonistic, which in the world that I'm in tends to be priority. We've pretty much at the moment diversified and going into the media space because I feel that in order to really change mindset, media has to change, because media is one of the biggest causes of the way the world looks at women and how women is portrayed in movies, in shows, even in interviews. I agree with all my colleagues here. We're all equal. There isn't a male entrepreneur or a female entrepreneur. We're all just entrepreneurs.
That's nice. I would like to ask Saba further on this, since you're working in 20 different countries, and time we are talking about, time management we are talking about here. So how would you like to explain about the time management? You as a person, how do you handle working in 20 different countries?
It's never ever been an issue for me. Just touching on what my colleague just said, because you're an entrepreneur, you have the luxury of creating that time for yourself, and the time that you would go to those different countries and to those different offices and handle the management. And also, I am a single mom, and so, oh good, high five. So for
So
me,
am I.
yeah, single. We should all high five.
Half single.
So, balancing that is very important, and making sure that my daughter feels that I'm there is also very important to me. And the luxury of being an entrepreneur gives you that. And that's why I feel that you should own it. Start from there, because all the other, whatever else anybody says to you, if you don't own it, then you're not ready for it, pretty much.
No, that's
Saba,
the time.
you have to say something.
Yeah, I just want to leave the young women and men out there with a thought. Stop, looking at yourself as either a man or a woman. I mean, leave sexuality out of it. You're an intelligent human being, and you want to build a business. Start there, and then go from there.